Hey gang, it's Ron again over at bulletprooflease.com. Okay, so let's talk about it. Pain in the ass tenants. Okay, when you're a low-income landlord, right? And that's what my wife and I did for years, and owned and managed several hundred units up in the Northeast. So we know what we're talking about. And you're always going to deal with the drama, right? We're professional babysitters. And what do I mean by that? There's always somebody smoking in the unit, working on cars in the driveway, making noise, having visitors over at 3 a.m. and all those things that we deal with almost on a daily basis if you have enough units. And by the way, if you're not dealing with that on a daily basis, you don't have enough units. So here's what I got tired of that, right? So you call the offending tenant, hey, there's no smoking in the building, da da da. And they're like, oh, okay, sorry, whatever. Or most of the time you don't even get that. It wasn't me, right? So it just doesn't mean that much to that tenant class. And of course, not everybody. I know people are going to come at me for that, right? But in that tenant class, you deal with that kind of shit all the time. Here's what I learned years ago. And here's what I did to correct most of it. You're never going to correct all of it, by the way, but I corrected, I would say 50% of it. And what I did is I went to a lawyer that I worked with before, and I said, listen, we both know I'm never going to pay you to send out a letter to a guy making noise, all right, or working on his car in the parking lot, or leaving trash out, whatever. I'm not going to ever do that. But here's what I will do, Mr. Lawyer. Can I create 10 letters of the 10 most common bullshit things that I deal with? I'll create the letter, I'll send it to you, you'll bless it, change anything you don't like, and I'll put it on your letterhead. No address, no phone number, so they're not gonna call you. But it'll say, from the law office of da-da-da-da-da. And I'll send out the letter every time I get a complaint. And I send it to all the tenants. So the tenants, all the tenants in the building get the same letter. Hey, there's noise. And what it paraphrases, what it says is, dear value tenant, da-da-da-da-da, it's come to our attention that there's trash in the hallway. We know who the offending unit is, but we're sending this to everybody to let you know that we are going to terminate the lease immediately, blah, blah, blah. And it's very strongly worded. And I send that out all the time. So I want to say it's been many years. I think I paid $95 to the lawyer per letter, and I can use it as many times as I want. So he doesn't even get involved. He just got, $1,000 basically and I wrote the letters, okay? But he blessed them, okay? So guys, get lawyer letters, because I'll tell you what, not every tenant, but most tenants, when they get a letter from an attorney and they know what they did and they get it and it's like, oh shit, they know who I am, and there's a law firm involved, most tenants will cut the shit, okay? Certainly drastically cuts it down. So get a lawyer letter, send it out, blah, blah, blah. And you know what else you can do? You can visit bulletprooflease.com. It's a 31-page lease, 31 pages. Could you imagine being a large landlord in a blue state in low-income housing, Section 8, a lot of Section 8? That was me, 31 pages, bulletprooflease.com. You can buy it super cheap, and I am going to be raising the price real soon, by the way. Bulletproof Lease, thanks, guys.